page 31, we start chapter 2, the notation of pitch. A lot of this material you saw in the earlier videos, so we'll just kind of hit the high points here. Of course, pitch is the highness or lowness of the sound, and you can see how in this picture they've shown, okay, that's low, middle, that's high. You can kind of understand that, although it's not very precise. As you know, we normally notate pitch by using these 5 horizontal lines called the staff. Plural of that is staves. And your notes can be on the spaces between the lines, or they can be on the lines. Notice these are on a space because if they're a little bit higher, there'd be a line there. In English-speaking countries, and some other countries too, we use the letters A, B, C, D, E, F, G to represent those pitches. Only those 7. You remember that as it goes higher, it repeats. So A, B, C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, etc. It can go much lower. It can go much higher from there. At the beginning of the staff, the clef, remember that? That shows us what our landmark or our basis is going to be. There's a bunch, like I told you before, but one of the most common ones, the treble clef, which was once a letter G, you remember, showing us that this second line from the bottom of the staff is a G. So if that's G, one down from G is F, and one up from G is A. And if I had you puzzle through the whole thing, you'd say, oh, you could figure out that E, G, B, D, F are the lines, and F, A, C, E are the spaces. And I went through this much more slowly in the first unit of videos that you could review if you would like to. So if you looked at all of those together, E, F, G, A, B, C, D, E, F. You remember that we have the acronym Every Good Boy Does Fine, and of course the word face for the spaces on the treble clef. The other clef that we use a whole lot is the bass clef, which used to be an F. You see the dots where the bars of the F were, and that tells us the second line from the top is an F. It's lower than the treble clef though. Of course, bass means low, I think you know that. So this is an F, up from F is G, down from F is E. You could figure it out, G, B, D, F, A. Remember I told you, great big dogs fight animals. That will work fine. The best one is one you make up for yourself, but you can use mine, it's fine. A, C, E, G are the spaces. All cows eat grass. All cars eat gas. All cats eat garbage. Take your pick. If you line them all out, G, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, and then we start again with A, and it can continue on B, C, D, E, F, quite a bit higher that way too. When we're writing the notes on the staff, you might be wondering, does the stem go up or stem go down? Well, pretty much it's just what makes it fit more neatly, okay? So when you're on the top part of the staff, and this book likes you to include the stems go down, coming down from the left. If the stems go up, there are times when you break that rule, but for us, we'll stay with that. Stems down for these and higher. Stems up for these and lower. Same rule for the bass clef. It does not matter how long the thing is, if it's a quarter note, half note, or whatever, those rules still apply. So these eighth notes should be coming down like this, and this one should be over here on this side. No, I'm sorry, the flag should be on this side, and the flag should be over here. The flags always go to the right, no matter which way the stem direction goes. Like I said, sometimes you might break the rule if there's an exception. Like in this example, we might see some notes that sometimes we break the rule if it'll fit more neatly. Like here, we have all the stems going up. These guys, this one's going up, he really shouldn't, but because everybody else does, he does that. So one of my favorite expressions in music is, this is art, not science. Everything I tell you is absolutely always true, except for times when it's not true, which is this right here. You remember we talked about where the rests go, the position of the half rest and the whole rest, very important. Once upon a time in history, you might be blind. There's many. There's a B on the third line. There's an F here and an F up here. There's an A on the second space. There's also one on the first line here and 2 lines down here, but maybe you didn't think of it. This little exercise is finding where you would need to stop the video. The notes are actually on the staff, that are on the staff. For a B, it would be the 3rd line. A C, the 3rd space. A D, the 4th line. A G, the 2nd line. An F, like over here, bottom space or top line. An A on the 2nd space, a C on the 3rd space. Now over here in the bass clef, there's a C on the 2nd line, or 2nd space rather. There's an E on the 3rd space, a B on the 2nd line. There's an A on the bottom space and also on the top line. There's a D on the middle line. There's a G down here on the bottom line, also on the top space. There's an F on the 4th line, and there's a B right here on the 2nd line. Now, same thing, but now they want you to write 8th notes. This is to practice getting that stem going in the right direction. Really good for you to do. You might want to do it just on a piece of random staff paper, manuscript paper, rather than having to print all this out from the book. Those are the Fs. G, bottom line, top space. A, bottom space, top line. E, 3rd space. D, 3rd line. E, 3rd space. C, 2nd space. B, 2nd line. Here we are, bass clef again. G, bottom line or top space. F, 4th line. D, 3rd line. E, 3rd space. B, 2nd line. A, bottom space or top line. C, 2nd space. G, top space. This example, you only need to name what letter it is. So here again, work it out if you like, and these are the answers. D, A, C, E, B, D, G, E, G, F, A, C, B, E, E, D, A, G, F, C, B, F, E, F. It's a really common mistake to overlook what clef it is, and here they kind of trick you by putting the bass clef first. So you might have made that error. You have to be careful of that.